complain. Talking All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Bollietv, your number one online TV station in the state of Arizona within the Liberian community. As you all know, I'm here to shine positive spotlight on this community, on census and on court. Today, as you can see, we do have the former director of finance for the outgoing Liberian Association Administration in Arizona. I will turn the camera over to him so he can introduce himself, so we can proceed with this interview today. Grab your platform because you're about to get a lecture. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing wonderful, Bolly. How are you doing?
I can't complain, but I would just like you to introduce yourself.
Perfect. Well, hi everybody. I am Samuel Cooper. I've been in the community for a few years now. I love this community, and I'm married, and my wife and I, we are, we here.
You're expecting your child. See that one to the book. Yeah.
Hey,
congrats, man.
Now you put me in trouble.
I'm putting you in trouble. But Mr. Cooper,
Yes,
can
sir.
you please tell the people what was your position in the former administration that just left power?
Yes, of course. I will put in to be the assistant financial secretary and to help with I believe, the day-to-day affairs of the finance.
But you later became the financial director. Isn't that what the last position description was?
I'm not positive of that, but I do know for sure I was there to be
Well, the director of finance. That's how the term.
director of finance, but definitely assistant director of finance.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we will be talking on some key points in the discussion today. So let me just let my viewers know so they can follow, so they don't get lost in the conversation, because we just have to tell them the topic we'll be discussing. So first, Mr. Cooper and I will be discussing financial accountability and strategies. And then we'll be also talking about budgeting and resource allocations. And then we'll be talking about internal control and risk management. And then we'll be talking about transparency and ethics.
Good.
Then the last one, which I know you guys will enjoy, will be the leadership and decision making. So those are the topics, and Mr. Cooper will send these topics of discussion so that you can be aware what we'll be discussing today. Because going forward, Bollietv want the guests to come prepared. Like he left me to say uncut, so I send you all the uncut topics. All right, so Mr. Cooper, let me just ask you, let's just dive into this discussion. Mr. Cooper, I'm sorry. What financial blind spot do you believe most the Liberian Association of Arizona outgoing administration overlooked? And did you bring it up to the administration while you guys are in power? Do you want me to repeat what I said?
Yes, please.
I said, what financial blind spot do you believe most the Liberian Association of Arizona outgoing, the outgoing administration overlooked? And did you bring it up to the administration? Why you guys are still in power?
Yeah, I think the first portion of this will be the administration. We had a lot of skills, and part of those skills were, like, for me, I had a financial background. So one of the things that we talked about was, the budgets, the reports, So the first report, which we brought that up, and the community saw some things that wasn't quite right. Especially one of the one I can remember to this day was they say, "Hey, you did not have the starting balance on it," and that was one of the things I looked at. I said, "Okay, we can go back and change it." Now, of course, we all have our own weaknesses. But one of the things that we mentioned is, hey, how about we do this? But for some reason, the changes did not happen like the way the community wanted it. But also too, the report was done, in a different way, in a different manner. that perhaps it wasn't the best way that it should have happened. But so that was probably say that was one of the blind spots, and we did mention this. We did brought it up. But however, though, we have our leaders that we need to make sure at the end of the day, this is our information, this is our thoughts, this is our thing, and we leave it up to him to make a decision.
Do you think the administration overlooked? Did you advise them? Did you bring it up to the leader that, look, this financial report, this blind spot right here, we need to fix it, and we need to get back to the community to let them know, you guys are right. There are some missing pieces. You got background in finance, right?
I do.
So
yes.
if there's a report that will pull up and what happened, I'm editing out right there, you bring it up to them. Do you think they overlook what you say or what happened?
Well, it definitely got brought up. Definitely got brought up.
To whom now?
To our executive people.
The team.
The team.
Correct. Okay.
So we brought it up, but however, though, at least from my perspective, I would say that the main reason is to get things up, is to bring things up. So once we brought that up, and then whether they change it or not, that's of course will be the presidency's decision on that. But it was definitely brought up. Was it overlooked? I would probably say yes, but but also too, I would say it was something that was brought up. It was something that will need to be changed and shift. But the president has perhaps maybe some other ideas that went into effect.
Okay, so then let me ask you this, right? Were you part of preparing that financial report from the get-go, from the beginning? Did you help prepare that financial report?
Which one?
The one that brought the whole confusion in the community where everybody was talking about that it was not even properly done. Were you part of that?
Well, I believe the first part that we did, it was very good, but it wasn't widely accepted. But also too, I also say when what were presented to us from the president, the outgoing one now, it was what according to him at that time, it was what needed to happen.
He termed it as comprehensive.
So based on that, there was some, I have my opinions on those things. I had some opinions on them. However, though, if those are just opinions.
This is the question.
That's the part
the question I'm asking. Were you part, because I asked the question was brought. Were you guys overlooked and you clearly state when you brought your opinion about it? But this one was specific.
Yes.
That quarterly report that that was actually the first quarterly report in the whole administration, where he termed it as a comprehensive report. Were you part of that preparation of that report?
That one, I cannot say I was a keen adamant about that. But however, though, based on our regime and what we need to do, it went forward to what it needed to do. Now, after it was prepared and did other stuff, it was then sent back to me for me to say, hey, go through and see what it is. Even though it really did not line up, I brought up my opinion and my expertise stuff, and that was it on there.
Who prepared that report?
You and I know who prepared that.
No, I don't know. Who prepared that report?
Well, according to that, well, probably our former president,
So the former president who actually prepared that report.
He prepared it. I reviewed it. We should be the other way around.
Yeah, okay. It should be the other way around.
But
clear enough. It should have been you guys actually preparing the report.
It should have been the other way around.
He did it, and basically what I'm hearing, he did it. He sent it to you, review it, and then you send it back and give your opinion, but it was overlooked. Basically,
let me clarify, okay?
Please clarify.
Yeah, number one, the first report was done, but there was some things that needed to be happening on it.
The one you were done with the
yes, we just say, what? Actually, that was very good. Thank you, the community, for raising that up. Then when we went back to work on it, our president has a different idea and how it should be run, how it should be happening. So then he said we need a more whole comprehensive one. Now the comprehensive one did not still follow the same standards that what the community wanted. But did it have so many things in it? It had a lot of things in it.
And a lot of things missing.
Yes. And a lot of other things that perhaps wasn't wasn't there that should have been there. That is very important. That was the main part. Now we raised our opinion, we raised what we have to do, but at the end of the day, the president runs for what he has, and our opinions were just an opinion.
So even though you guys were the financial guys,
Yeah,
and he sat down and did your job for you, basically, and then he sent it over to you to review what you guys were supposed to be doing in the first place. You all gave your opinion to him, but he still left it because it will never change. It remains the same.
it remains the way it was.
Okay.
It was
So now,
presented.
so there's my thing. You being the financial guy in the outgoing administration, excuse me, how did you measure whether the organization money was being spent for it to actually impact the community? Because when you say nothing,
Wait, say that one. How do you measure it?
you being the financial guy in the outgoing administration,
Yeah.
how did you measure whether the organization money was being spent for it to actually impact the community? Because we're not seeing nothing.
Yeah.
Because you are the financial guy now. So how did you measure whether the organization money was being spent for it to actually have impact on the community? Let's be fair, you were there.
Yeah.
We're not seeing nothing.
Well, that be fair too.
Yeah.
There was something that was actually there.
The what?
Well, from the beginning, we had a resources center. From the
Okay.
beginning, we had a website.
That,
Right? So the thing is,
who created that website?
well, the question here is, there was nothing. There was something there. However, the way in which we went about running those things, it wasn't quite allocated properly. It wasn't quite, like, let's just say, budget correctly. We didn't look ahead of time and say, hey, based on the kind of spending, we will be able to sustain this. And I believe one of our probably, if my memory is serving me right, I'll probably say in one of our meetings, the vice president mentioned doing something, renting something, the something to make sure we can continue to have some some funds coming in. So to answer your question, yeah, we did start on the red foot. However, though, the projection of it wasn't quite allocated.
So let me ask you a question. You mentioned the resource center that downstairs here,
Yes.
right?
Yes,
I know you put money down for it.
we did.
That money was not that money. You met that money there. Let me understand. You met that money there because you guys just come to power. You met that money there. So you use some of that money to put down on the resources, which I will agree with. How much will you guys pay? You the financial guy for the website.
Well, according to the
How
budget,
did that website impact the community? Because it didn't even still off for long. Do you know it's down?
according to you, that
Have you checked it?
I have not checked it.
Do you want to check it now?
We can. But
Okay. All right. But
Yeah.
how much you guys are paying for the website? Since you're saying you're different. So out of the 2 years, those are the only two things you should measure. How much did you guys pay for the website? Or you were paying money for the website? And how much you were paying money for this place here?
I think that the purpose of the website was the intention, but at least this is my opinion. This is my opinion, right? The intention of the website was to make it have we have a place for people to go and view our activities. We have a place where we need information is there. So I believe the intention was good. The way it went, it was right. Like, for what I'm saying though is how to sustain that effort wasn't allocated properly.
Yeah, but that's what I want to know. How much were you paying for that website? Because my question still remains.
Yeah.
How did you, as a finance person for the organization, measure whether the organization money was being spent for it to actually impact the community? How was that website impacting the community? Because we're not seeing nothing. You all had a website and then you came up with newsletter. So what was the goal and how much were you paying for that website?
Well, I cannot find the exact figures because I want to make sure.
Was it more than $100?
I cannot say it because I want to make sure whatever I'm saying is right, but I'm not seeing it yet.
When the last time you went on our website?
Oh boy, I probably say right when it first came out about a few months in a row. Yeah, I did. I visited it. It was very good. We had some things in it, and even we were asking other people in the community to pay for little people spot on in the news
to put it on the website. Then you all came up for people to pay for newsletter.
No, to pay for a spot in it, so to continue to keep it going. But let me tell you this, okay? The fact of the matter is, those are our president's ideas.
So it was not your idea.
No. I'm saying it was the idea. That idea, we are in a quorum. We are in a executive. The executive is there to help to make sure the ideas continue. Now, when he brought it out, that's good. But what I feel that we should have been a little bit more intentional was, how is this money gonna help? Where is it gonna help? Yes, information is good, but I don't believe that we were thinking ahead to make sure the money is spent wisely. That is the thing I would say to your question. We weren't thinking ahead.
So basically, let me see if I understand you. You did not do anything to make sure the community money was actually impacting the community. I didn't say we. I said you. The question was referring to you as a finance guy. Now we.
No, because the thing is that
you are the finance guy.
No, the assistant finance. You got something right? Yeah. The assistant finance guy. Yeah, you good.
Okay.
The assistant finance guy. Okay. Now the assistant finance guy don't got too many power, just so you know. Because the other person, there were other person that was ahead of me that were working.
So what?
I have ideas. I have.
Did you and him work together?
I think we plan on working together. We plan on it, but for some reason it did not happen.
So basically, when you say we plan on it, you and your boss never work together on any financial project of any financial things for our community. This is what you say.
Yes, I didn't.
From the time you got hired to work as an assistant.
Yeah, we did not. But we planned on it. So, we messaged about it. We talked about it.
But y'all never worked together.
I saw some information. He said, "Oh, we'll do it." But did
your boss ever participate in any kind of a financial thing with the organization?
Not to my knowledge.
So everything will always come to you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Now, so on this discussion, so we can end this discussion and go to the next one, because I don't want to keep you here for a long time. Did you make any financial decisions that were unpopular but necessary for protecting the organization's future? So let me repeat. You know how sometimes you did that you then say you gave a proposal when it came to the financial report, the quality report, and you said the person did not accept it. Basically, he wanted to do it one thing. So I'm asking you now: did you make any financial decisions that were unpopular but necessary for protecting the organization's future? Because you were the financial guy.
Yeah, the part of ones that I was in charge of was, and then when it comes to program, when it comes to anything that I was under my specific jurisdiction, I made sure there's two things happens. Number one, I have a witness with me, and number two, you have to sign. So therefore, that decision alone can secure how we spend the community money and how we can track it. And those really was a lifesaver.
So it was unpopular for who now? Because if you say,
I would say for the whole community.
Not for the community.
Well, for what I was, it was
correct.
Just
because
it was unpopular. It was
okay. So did the person agree with that fact, with that mentor, that every time who came to collect the money for you sometimes, because you're the financial guy? Was it always the president? Was it the treasurer? Who you were requiring? Because the community now, because you were running the government, and when it comes to money, you can't say you were unpopular with the community, because the community were only paying the money to you.
Yeah.
The community were not coming to you for you to say, oh, you're signed to get the money. So basically, the signatory you were talking about is people within your regime that will actually come to collect the money from you, right? So who was against that who or that it was unpopular with when they can't collect the money? Because they say, my man, you got to sign for this money, you got to do this.
Yeah, I would say it go right back to I think either the Vanida or one of those events that we have, probably the July 20th, one of those. I'm talking about 2024 now, not this one. Not this.
Okay, so yeah.
So all of these conversations it take place in 2024.
Correct.
Okay. So I would say that when I was taking at the door, collecting some funds and stuff, I think it was Alpha and I were counting money after the whole thing. No, we counted money. And then I counted, he counted, we both see it. He signed, I signed. Okay. So I said, my man, so we know that the community money is good. He said, yeah. I understand. We did the same thing with drinks. Now I took the money home.
Okay, so
then, because it was all correct, it was all counted for, it was all good. So I took the money home, and then I have it was there because I didn't have time to go to the bank. So took the money home, and then our president came and grabbed it.
So hold on. Let me ask you something. We'll come to the person that comes to collect the money from you.
Yeah.
What is the procedure? Say you're the finance guy. That every time we have a program and money is collected, who is in charge to deposit that money in the bank?
I'm not positive, but if I were to guess at that moment, I would probably say either it was the VP, because sometimes I gave her some money and then she would have to sign it at that moment. Mm-hmm. I gave her some and I said, you have to sign it. I'm sorry, I can't give it to you until you sign. So she did the signing, and then sometimes I'll probably say it was, but most of the time, the most recent one I can remember very well, it was the one I gave to our president because he came to grab it.
So it's three people.
Do we have a system that say, when you collect money, this goes to? I did not see that every day. I did not see it. But for me, the
one you collected,
yes, I did not see it. But the way in which that I feel that would be a good based on my experience and everything, that the one that I feel that was good, it was number one, we need to have two people on this. Number two, we need to sign up at it.
How many money did you collect for the organization before your term over?
Oh boy.
I mean, just estimate. You don't have to be accurate.
Over 1,000, but I mean, don't quote me on that because I'm preparing right now to put all this at rest. I'm gonna create a comprehensive
report. You
with the actual numbers,
okay,
and after figures, so the community can have that and they can go through it themselves. And I can show this is what I collected, this is what signed it, this is what happened, this is what we had in the bank, this is how much we deposited, this is how much we spent, and so forth. So the community can see that and come to their own conclusion with it.
Okay, let's say of those times, did you always deposit money into the bank?
No.
Have you ever gone to deposit money into the bank?
No.
Because the reason why I'm asking you said that this particular program, you kept the money for some time because you were planning to go deposit it in the bank. Now, you mentioned three people that you say have counted and signed for money, right? Because the question was, what financial decision that was unpopular necessary for protecting the organization's future? So the first person, I'm going to go through them one by one. You said you and Alpha Quality maybe once upon a time or sometimes counted money where he signed, so you signed, so to make sure it's correct.
Yep.
And there was a time where the vice president will come and you say, oh, you have to sign for this money. And sometimes the person will come. Among those three, which one of them was very not happy with that kind of procedure?
I'm not sure who was it or who's not, but the main issue here is that this is the procedures that financial people follow.
Have any of them come? Have any of them ever come to collect money and you told them to sign and they had an issue with it?
Well, whether they do or not, they have to follow the procedures.
We know the procedures
yes,
there. We all
have to follow.
Have any of them come and had to say what and get mad because you say they must sign for money? Have any of them?
Well, they show that district. Did the president show a disagreement? No, they show that the demeanor that they shouldn't. They show that demeanor about it, but
meaning that they don't want to sign it.
Well,
all three of them, or
I'm not sure whether they say that's
but when you say that demeanor not be specific.
But I mean that you can show disagreement in something, but you can still go on with it. That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah.
So of all three of them, did all three of them always show that disagreement? I mean, the demeanor. Every time you told them about signing something.
I know where you're going with this.
No, you don't know where I'm going with this.
I do.
Okay, if you do, you're starting.
I would say in their own respective ways, they may or may not show theirs. But in the specific incident, I observed there was some sort of dismeanor about the situation.
Mr. Kobo,
But
stop
it
beating
still
around the
went.
bush.
It
Let me
still
ask you.
went away. It
You
still
told
went
me one time at 11 p.m., almost 12, the president came to your hall to collect money. Let's just be friends. Let's go straight to the point. You already out of the community.
You don't want to keep beating around the bush.
Okay.
That's what
So I'm coming directly with the question.
Exactly.
You told me one time. The reason why I asked before, I want to come to that question.
Yeah.
But I wanted to make sure the other two people that you deal with did not do the same thing to you. You told me one time how when you collected the money, you took the money to a resident. The person showed almost close to midnight to can't get the money for you. But you were not happy. He did not like the idea that you told him to sign for the money. Is that correct?
I would probably say what I observed. Okay, it didn't sound like it was, but however, though, we went with it because
He didn't want to sign for it.
no, I didn't say he said the exact words.
But what you observe?
I observed that it may not be something that he's comfortable doing, but we had to do it. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
So, but my viewer.
So I'm not telling you that he did.
But what, first of all, he couldn't wait for day to pay. Why did he come more close to me?
I don't know the message.
How long have you had that money for before you came for it?
Oh my goodness! I think we had that for about maybe close to a week.
Why were you keeping the money for a week? Why you couldn't put it in the bank?
Number one, I don't have access to the bank or how to deposit.
But
Number two,
you
need two people to go there, or I'll go with them. That was the thing. I either two people to sign it. Hey, this is the money. There it is. You take it to the bank, or I go with them. They deposit it.
All right, that is the voice of Mr. Samuel Kopop, live right in front of you, the former director of finance for the Harry and Marian administration, the outgoing administration. We got him in the hot seat today. He's doing okay. He's explaining. And as we go along, we'll come to questions. I know some of you sitting there, you're knocking up. You're asking me our real questions. No, the man was a financial guy. We can't ask him about places where he did not participate or that was not his responsibility or role. So as you see, I'm asking the question. We will go to other questions, but for now, we have to ask the man to explain, because one of the biggest problems that came in our community is the finance part.
Yeah.
Today, we get no money in our account. So the reason why I'm asking is because he was directly involved with that. So, Mr. Cooper, thank you so far. And this time, we'll be going to the next topic of discussion, which is the budgeting resources allocation.
Okay.
Okay. So under this topic, I want to ask you a question so we can proceed, so you can elaborate to our viewers so they can know what you did in our directions. How did you ensure a fair and transparent budgeting process with the different community programs you guys had? So you guys had a lot of programs while you were there. How did you ensure a fair and transparent budgeting process with the different community programs that you guys had?
Well, one of the things that when I say we, I actually live with this.
Yeah, because I'm asking you. All of y'all not in the finance department.
Yeah. But most of the time they talk about, the finance department, meaning
You say your boss will not even doing anything. You'll never work together.
well, no, I
You say you're talking
I
about.
quote that. Let me quote this.
No, let me quote the viewer will listen to.
Yeah.
You said that you guys talked about working together, but you did not.
It did not came to fruition.
So you did not work together then.
It did not come to fruition.
You guys did not work together. You myself can talk about something, but if it not come to fruition, then we didn't do it. So you and the man did not work together. So like you in the house in that. I sent you an invitation. Let me be honest. I sent Mr. Frederick took an invitation so I can have your Bollietv. He has not responded to me, neither agree whether you come or not. So since you agree, I really appreciate that you came, but we need honesty from you.
Sure.
So when I ask the question, the reason why I keep mentioning you, because within the Liberian Association of Arizona, especially the executive branch, there are different functions. You guys who are the IR committee that were appointed by the president, he appointed you guys to different positions. Yeah. So when I get you here, the question will be mainly directed to you. Your participation or what you did in that position is what I'll be asking. Because I don't expect you to speak for everybody.
No.
So that's why I keep saying, don't say we. Talk about you, what you did. So let me go back to you. How did you ensure a fair and transparent budgeting process with the different community programs you guys have?
Well, one of the biggest one that
what did you do?
Yeah, is to ensure that whatever activities we have, number one, the people go do the research on the food, especially when it comes to the food. The one specifically I can remember is do it July 26. We're talking about how much we gave for the women to cook.
Which July 26? This one I just passed?
All of this is 2024 one.
Okay.
Yeah.
So 2024 is there.
Yeah.
Okay.
So one of the one I can specifically remember is like, hey, we need to come up with some funds that they can work with. And if my memory is serving me right, I believe we either talk about maybe 600, because that will help. Then the rest can be donation. But I believe that amount will raise to, I think, 800 or plus, something like that. I'm not too sure, but it was raised. Now, putting things in order. Let me give you an example. In my financial world, we have this thing where there is a specific amount that is allocated to do certain things, and in that specific amount, we do everything with it. The same function I will bring it here. For activities, we have this specific amount, and it is a duty of the activity people to work within that amount. And the reason of that is not restriction, it's not anything, but the main thing is to make sure, hey, based on what we're looking at, the projection of the community, we want to make sure we have money left there, and we cannot eat all the people money. And I think that's the main thing that I was already pushing, already helping, and say, man, we cannot do this thing. There are something we can cut back, but however, again, those are opinions. Those
And
are
the executive will not accept it.
those are opinions, and those are things we can we just roll with it. What is to come.
So that's how you ensure a fair and transparent,
Yeah, that's how I
transparent
ensure that
budgeting
fair work.
process.
Yeah.
That you want to make sure what you guys getting versus what will be left there. Let's say what they call it, income, expenditure.
So yes,
Oh,
we want to
okay.
make sure our income, our expenditure is lower than what we have in it. Every organization does this. Every one of them.
And why were they not accepting it if you wanted to do that? You just wanted to spend loosely or what?
Well, I didn't have the power to do that.
No, I didn't say you. I
Yeah.
mean, it's a good idea, which anybody will want to do. You don't want to. First of all, they can always say you want to live above your income.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you were suggesting that to the administration, but why you think? Because based on what you've been explaining in this discussion, is that you are telling me you've been bringing good ideas where from the quarterly report to everything, but every time you present it, it's like they play deaf ear and they overlooked it. This is what I'm getting. Do you
Well,
think is that
because-
what caused of not to have nothing in the budget today?
Well, the thing is, it's an opinion that I give. I don't have the power and the things to change anything.
Mr. Cooper, trust me.
But
You
trust
don't have
me,
the power.
Yes, but
Yeah,
what?
so I understand where you're coming from. What I'm saying, do you think because they overlooked most of the opinions you were giving, it won't make the LA to go broke today? Nothing in the account?
I would assume so.
Okay.
And those are attributes to some of the
Who were you actually giving this opinion to?
now, our leader, our fearless leader.
Now, I don't know. You got to tell the people. Listen, you're speaking to the viewer.
So-
be specific. Who
So
are you
all
giving this
these
opinion?
all these opinions were going to, first of all, in our executive room, we all speak up our mind and our heart, right? And then, but at the end of the day, Harry, the president, take the final say in that, and we as the executive, we support that.
So
So
even though
that's the fact about the matter, whether we like it or not.
so
that's
you were the final
fact of
say in the whole thing. Is basically what you're
He
saying.
has to make the decision and go with it.
Wow. That is the voice of Mr. Samuel Cooper. I hope you enjoying the discussion. We will not be on the discussion too long today because we want to make this very short and sweet. And Mr. Cooper, you do an excellent job letting the people know your role that was there and you're being honest here. I don't think anybody that watched the interview said you're being honest. You telling them what you did versus what the head of the administration, Harry Ator, was accepting. So for that reason, I'm not going to stay too long on budgeting and resources allocation. I think you made yourself clear and explain it, and our viewers, I think you already meant. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to jump right into internal.
Before you jump there, let me conclude this.
Okay, yeah, go ahead. I'll give you the time.
Yeah, you see, about when it comes to the budgeting, there's a specific way of doing things. I don't. If especially you're in the financial world, in accounting. Now that specific way, I really, really wish that we have done that, but no, we didn't. When I say we, I also include me in that too. We know we didn't. However, though, since they all the administration is gone, what I'm going to do, I'm going to send those, make those together and send it and put it in our group chat so you can see what really was going on. Now, do we have anyone to hold accountable? I'm not sure. But at least you will see the records, you will see the honesty stuff, and I'll do my best I can with my knowledge and my experience to do that. But I will give this as a concluding thing. Any leader that is coming in, make sure at least you have on it, especially when it comes to the financial system, make sure you have a two check and balance and have some competent financial people in it that will help with that process. Number two, when it comes to the money, always have two people in it. Second, have to sign about the money and let them show receipt. That's one of my biggest things I was preaching there. Whatever money you're gonna be using, even one time we had a meeting, we got a pizza. That pizza, I asked for that receipt because it is a community money. Your money, y'all work for it. Y'all work hard for this thing, and we cannot keep eating the money or don't have any means of showing where it went.
That's the voice of Samuel Cooper. When they finish eating the money, then they kind of say comprehensive report. So the man said the new administration, whoever will come in to do check and balance, always have two people, not one person. So, Mr. Cooper, thank you for concluding on our discussion, that portion of our discussion. Okay. Now, we will go to internal control and risk management. Now, when I talk about internal control and risk management, what I want to learn from you, because this one is very sensitive to us, because what you have said coming to this part of coming to, is like you were giving Google opinions, if that's what you're doing, but look at the people will look what you're bringing up. Okay, so what is the weakest internal control you identify based on everything you just told me? We just want you to be specific and dive more into this portion of the discussion. What is the weakest internal control you identify when you join the Liberian Association of Arizona organization? And how did you fix it? Because when you come into an organization as a financial guy, like you say, there has to be a weakness somewhere that you saw. Because I don't want to believe you are giving those opinions because everything was going straight. Right? Yeah. So that's why I'm coming to this portion of the topic. What is the weakest internal control you identify when you join the Liberian Association of Arizona organization? And how did you fix it? Because I know you said you gave your opinion, but you have never told us whether anything was fixed based on all the opinions that you gave. Right?
My opinion is trying to fix it.
No, but we're not talking. You tried to fix it. You explained that.
Yeah.
But now I'm asking you. The weakest internal control you identify when you joined them before you got appointed, right? And how did you fix it? Did you even fix anything?
Well,
first, let's hear the weakest first. Then you tell me whether it will fix or not.
The weakest thing I would already say would be number one is like our constitution. I don't believe our constitution have a really good, strong hold on what the day-to-day financial process should go. If they did, at least we're accustomed to those things that we did not do.
Yeah, but we want some
specific.
Yeah, specific.
Yeah. Number one,
real specific, like you saw that.
Yeah, the real specific that I saw is that number one, when it comes to the funds, the way we use the community money, if it wasn't in a real financial aspect.
How you're using
number one, even when you're using the community card,
debit
card, there should be someone that approve that aspect.
So you're telling us the debit card, yes, you use loosely.
As I was looking on the transactions reports, it was loosely used
for something that will benefit the community or personal thing. Can you tell?
Either way, there still has to come an approval from the financial team. It has to be approved. Now, the president don't have to say on it, but to back that up with the people's money, it has to be approved on it.
Instead of just swapping it for anything, you just are seeing dividend transaction there that is not clearly defined.
Or even if you use it, is a receipt here that I use it for. So that receipt corresponds to what we're taking out. So everything has to, at the end of the month, it should balance. If we had 900, at the end of the month, we should know 900 were taken out, and these are the reasons why the 900 taken out. Now, that one of the biggest weekends we didn't have, that wasn't in place.
Wow.
So my system that I'm trying to put in place, at least for now, if we're gonna, and then the second thing, if we're gonna pay someone to do something, we didn't consult with the individual before. At least from my understanding, I wasn't in the area for the consultant and kind of compare the price. We have to be able to compare the price. Maybe some other people might have a better way of doing things, but comparing the price on some few things we are really been of good helpful. That one of the things that I've seen it that who I done better. And then one of the things that I saw too, we just give money out without any accountability on it.
So money was just taking out of the place.
It's no kind of accountability. That's why when they come to me when I'm handling the finance, I say, you have to sign for this money before you take it. You cannot take it without signing. Or I always have two people with me to make sure things are in order. Because it helps and ensure the community that at least we value that funds and that contribution to that money. That money is very sacred, and therefore we have to keep it that way. We have to act that way, but it wasn't that way.
Did you ever prevent the financial mismanagement while working with them? Did you ever prevent it? I mean, based on what you say.
Of course.
How did you prevent it? Was it
By signing?
Oh, so that's how you brought it?
Yeah, I have to, because if I say, hey, that do the
So what's about it?
So I say, okay, fine. For my record's sake and for the people's sake, you have to sign.
So the debit card owner, how did you fix that?
Well, the debit card, I had no.
Who had a debit card anyway?
Well, according to my knowledge, it was the President Harry. So I don't have anything on that end. And I can remember a few times that, the vice president Miriam, she will buy something. I believe I think one time she would give me like a receipt, or something like this. She would give me something to show that, or even one time too, she mentioned that, hey, we took I used my personal money to pay for certain things. And I said, okay, if you did that, I want to see it.
The receipt.
The receipt. And she showed all the receipt. She showed me the receipt, where it was. It was on Amazon, boom, 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 and how much she spent.
And you'll pay her back.
And we'll pay her back.
Did Harry ever come to give you any receipt for anything he spent?
I did not see any receipt on that end.
From him?
No, I did not see any receipt.
Wow. So let's go to internal control and risk management. Okay, I think we already went through that, right?
Yeah, we did that.
Okay, sorry about that. So then you already explained how you try to prevent mismanagement while you're working the administration. You talk about the internal control weakness that you identify when you got there, and you already talk about your opinion and everything. Now that comes with transparency and ethics. How did you handle crisis situation where leadership illegally, when the leadership, this is how we're coming to the juicy pattern now. So you'll say that. How did you handle the crisis situation where the executive leadership, illegally removed the former city vice president? Did you sign any letter of removal from the executive chat room? This is just a simple answer one before we dive into the question. Did you sign any letter of removal for the vice president to be illegally removed from the executive chat room? Then before we can go into what you signed.
What the details.
Yeah.
So I think did we all our personal,
did you sign? Because like I said, the only people you have to talk about is you talk about you.
Yes.
Because what we're talking about is about your role you play while you were in the regime before you guys' time expired.
Yeah.
Did the executive ever bring any letter to your attention to remove the sitting vice president from the executive chat room? This is just a yes or no question.
For me personally, for what I stand,
yeah, because that letter that went right.
Well, there is one letter that we wrote, and that letter specifically said we need an apology. And the apology was to a certain action that took place that it violates our executive
chat room.
Chat room.
So you guys
So-
wrote her a letter.
That letter there, yes.
Yes.
I signed my portion of it because I wanted to make sure, hey, I stand for this part.
Got you. So you receive a letter for an apology for you to sign.
Yes.
I understand that. Now let's go to that. Did you ever receive any letter for the removal of the vice president from the chat room?
Not to my knowledge.
So the letter you signed was only for an apology.
On the apology level, because we know there was something that needed to happen. There was something that transpired, and we needed to take reaction on it.
And you guys need an apology.
Yeah, that's it.
Yes.
That's all we needed. An
Okay.
apology. Oh, my people,
Thank
I'm
you.
sorry.
So then,
but
but then
the matter is,
no, wait, we'll come to that. But according to the president, he said you, including the other executive, signed a letter to have the vice president illegally removed from the executive chat room. You are telling my viewers here, and I want you to be very fair. What you just said is that you are technically telling my my viewers that your signature was forged on the letter that you did not receive, because your signature was on the letter that said you signed to have the sitting vice president at that time removed from the executive chat room. Are you telling us to subscribe to the notion that letter that the president was parading with
yeah,
about the removal of the sitting vice president from the executive chat room, your signature was forged?
well, I need to see the letter because I didn't see it, but I am certain about the first one of, hey, you got to apologize. If you don't apologize, this is, we just not, and
Did you not?
But so I'm aware of the first one. Now, it was the second one, and maybe anything that I'm not sure. I did not get to go all into the weeds.
So you were in the executive chat room.
Huh?
Do you know that the vice president was removed from the executive chat room? Were you aware that she was removed from the executive chat room?
Of course.
Did you ever ask questions? Because you talked about transparency earlier, and you said what you were trying to put in place, but one thing should be transparent. Did you ever ask why she was removed from the executive chat room?
I believe if my memory is serving me right, I believe we did. However, though, yes, when I'm saying I believe I did too. I'm also part of that we.
Okay, and did you when you asked what was, because who did you ask? Did you ask the executive? Did you ask the president?
No, we're in our quorum. We're in our meeting, and that's what we did. But they not go to the main part that happened for.
No.
Let's not jump to the end. Let's go to the beginning.
We're going to go to listen. The reason why we'll not go into the details because number one, for example, you sitting here. It doesn't matter what you did. The decisions that your colleagues will make. If everybody made that decision, agree for you to be punished that way, because we spoke on transparency.
Yeah, of course.
That would be the topic of discussion. Because you and me will not be sitting down here. If they remove Samuel from the executive chat room, and everybody say, yeah, let's remove Samuel, then there's no point of me discussing it. Because it means that your colleagues agree to kick you out.
Yeah.
No matter, so listen.
I should have believed that she was in it.
No, she was not. Because she filed a complaint to the board. So what I'm saying, are you saying we should subscribe to the notion that you were in our executive chat room and that you did not know any discussion that was going on where the community were going after the president for saying that you guys, the signature, your signature was there?
I gotta see it. The second one. I don't. You can forward it to me.
No, I'm just saying something. Okay?
Yeah, but the fact of the matter is very clear. Something transpired that there has to be a retribution or the action that taking place with it.
And the retribution action that you signed was for to what?
For how they apologize.
Thank you. The reason why I ask is very simple. Okay, you see, we have to be fair.
We have to be.
Yeah. You were in our executive chat room. She was removed. According to you, there was no letter that ever went around because you said there must be action. So when a group of people sit together and the letter comes around for the action, the first action was what? We need an apology from her. Which I agree with you. If you and your colleague do something and they want an apology from you, you all are executive. We see in the Senate right in the United States of America, they may like be throwing chairs or any other country in the places in there.
Yeah.
But you have never saw anybody ask for the removal of any of the senators from the place there.
Yeah.
You never saw that. They will ask, they will say, okay, you have to withdraw. So now, even if it costs, they will say you have to withdraw your statement. Exactly.
Yeah.
So for virtual executive coming and asking another executive, okay, nothing. We didn't like the way you spoke to all want you to withdraw your statement. It's common, which I agree with you. But then, if there's anything that will come to the removal of that executive member from the group chat, don't you believe that it will be another round of letters say, okay, nothing. We asked for her to apologize, but she has refused. So now you guys want to remove her, and you say you did not.
I don't have any recollection of that.
Okay, all right. So that's, I just wanted to emphasize that so we can know that.
Yeah, I don't have any recollection of that, but I do know that we did. Just,
okay. So here you go, the original letter. Request for formal apologies. This is the one you're talking about, right?
That's the one.
This is the original letter.
That's the one I remember.
You see it?
Yeah. So
this is the formal letter. Okay, so this is the formal, the original letter.
Can you send that to me, please?
Okay. So I will send it to you. Okay.
So yeah. So I remember we read those letters and we send it out because we want to make sure we as a team are at least knowing that if something happened, we all can come together and either get a retribution on it.
No, I just wanted to be fair and let you know exactly.
Yeah. So yeah, I remember this letter because I also helped make sure we all.
That's a letter of apology.
Yeah, this is the one
that's the one you signed.
We wanted to.
But the other letter, what the person was bringing, talking about saying you want to remove her. And do you know that one of your executive member resignation letter stated what you just stated, that this is not a letter I signed. We did not sign for the VP to be removed, but for apology.
Yeah.
And he resigned because of that. Did you hear about that? Because you're in the executive.
I think like I hear some noises around with that.
Okay.
Yeah. So
so that was the crisis situation. So basically, you just confirmed to all that, look, I signed a letter for her to apologize and not remove her. So which means you are saying the person forged your signature. Because the removal letter you say you did not see.
Yeah, I did not see that one.
But your signature was on it. Your signature was on that letter.
I gotta see it though, because I don't know. I will see. Yeah, I didn't know. This is the one that I know for a fact.
The apology letter.
The apology letter.
So my community, these are things that happened in the past. The illegal removal, violation from the executive, the head of the executive, witch hunting, and all that thing. When you participated in, it was apology, which I'm not against.
Yeah.
Let me make it clear. If you and your colleagues have a disagreement and you insult your colleagues have the right to demand an apology from you.
Yeah.
It can happen. They say they watch it on live TV every day. But removing or setting elected vice president illegally, it was not your place. Because remember now, there were 4 that were elected. One elected official cannot decide to remove another elected official because they all have equal rights. Don't forget that. They just put one person in the head. So say, I'm glad you say you didn't participate in it. So now let's go to this second question here.
All right.
What steps are you taking now to build trust with the community that may already feel suspicious about how money handled during your administration?
Ooh, that's
it's not accounted for. Yeah. So what trust now will you be being with the community? Let's say tomorrow you say I'm going to decide now and come and say you want to run maybe 2 years from now.
Hey,
but they may
don't say that to me.
no. Listen now. So what trust do you think taking now, like you'll be taking now, to build trust with the community that may already feel suspicious about how money was handled by you guys during your administration? That you yourself say that you say you have seen transaction on the debit card. What can you tell the community now? What made you think the community will trust people? And the people again say what writing apple spoil the whole apple?
Yeah, I don't.
What trust will you be building with the community? Because anybody for the higher to administration now cannot stand in front of the community and say, I want to run now. Especially with the money issue. When you get nothing that you say, you made it clear. So we look at $950. So which means that they
$921.
$921.
Yeah. So
the fraudulent election are about to take place, and which we're going to be coming to later on because you did a very good thing. I want to put a number. According to the 2 candidates, one person the president pay $500 and the other person will pay $450. until the community put a whole hot to nothing.
Yeah.
So there's my question now. So you can talk what you want to talk.
So I would say the trust to build right here. At first, we got to talk about the ugly stuff, and the ugly stuff is not fair. It's the finance. If we get hold of the money, the community money, we will get hold of the future of the community. When what I mean by this is this: any leader that come in place, just make sure that there is a dual check and balance. Let the president don't be in charge of the finance.
Why you tell Harry at all, sir? When you were there?
They know, listen, no.
The man didn't listen to you.
No.
So that's what I said now. So now you think by you talking that, oh, you fully come from the Bible and they give you advice. So I won't know.
So for me, let's just say if I was to be the president of the Liberian Association, I'm not going to touch your finance. Because there is a thing with that, and then we have to stick on budgets. Like for example, I'll give you this: in my church, I'm in charge of a lot of men, and they gave me a specific responsibility to help them. And part of the responsibility, I have a budget to stick with. I cannot go over that, and even if I go and spend anything in that budget, I need to have a receipt with it. In an explanation behind why I use the money. Sometimes it can be, oh, we just use it for an activity. Yes, this stuff. It's simple and easy. And also, too, I'm not sure whether we have some very good information when it comes to in the Constitution. I'm not sure if we have a specific portion in there how the finance should be run. That would be one of the things. If I were there, I would really help with that. I don't know.
So you think you're not answering my question. You're speaking to your community. I just asked you how can they trust you.
Yeah.
So let me
trust me.
So you were in Harry at all administration. Basically, what you're saying is that you saw financial malpractices and all that.
Yeah.
Why didn't you resign? I mean, if you have so much ethic about being transparent and how community money could be lost. What if tomorrow the voters come to you and say, okay, you're talking all the Google thing now there again. By the time what happened, you were there. Why didn't you resign?
The thing about it is, I'm trying to go to the court that I sent the last time in this chat room.
Why didn't you resign? Why didn't you?
Let me go to the court that I said, because if people are reading this, they will really kind of say, "Oh, okay, it makes sense."
People are reading what?
There's a
you
court.
On TV right now talking to the book here.
I know. I'm trying to get to the
say when you send the quote.
So the thing about the fact of the matter is that when good people are silenced, evil prevail. Resigning, what does that do?
Well,
let's think about this. Let's understand it. You go and resign. You say, "Oh, you know what? I'm not part of this thing. I wash my hands." No, you close your mouth. You do nothing. No,
that's not what you can't close your mouth.
No, the fact of the matter, you stay in the process. Now, number one, there's two things. Like, number one, I have a duty to the community. That duty is to do the best I can in that.
Do you think the community believes that you fulfill your duty as a financial person?
Well, honestly speaking, I would say there's an area that I did not do well in. I'll be honest.
How can they tell? But let me ask you.
This is an area here. Is that number one? I was the assistant. I'm not the upper door.
According to you, the men never work together.
No, but on papers, that be fair here. On papers, it was you the assistant. The assistant can do all they can, but they cannot really do effect. So I was the assistant. Second thing, if I were to be in there somewhere in there and say, no, hey, this is the budgeting it's going wrong, we will have to fix it.
So okay, Mr. Cooper, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
you just sat on this on Bollietv and listed suggestions and opinions that you made to the president because you believe those were the right thing to do. So which means you believe that the route the president was taking was wrong. You give, according to you, because I allow you to explain in detail some of the opinions you gave him, especially when it came to his so-called quality report, what you term as I don't know what terminology you use on it. You gave your opinion. Even when, because this is what I'm trying to say. So you sit there, you keep advising people, you keep advising people, you keep advising people, you keep advising people, and the person not doing it. Will you still want to work with that person?
Well, the thing is, this is a community service.
Understandable.
In the community service, we have a duty to the community.
Exactly.
If I quit, am I quitting on the community or am I quitting on an individual?
Thank you. That is a wonderful question, but I'm the one interviewing. I'm going to put it this way.
No, I'm putting it in the
No. Listen now. There are people who quit.
Are they quitting on the community or they quitting on an individual?
So I'm coming. Let me answer it to you.
Yeah.
When you are part of a community-based organization, you don't quit because of an individual. You are not quitting because of the community. You are setting a moral example. For example, I'm going to mention his name, Edwin Moore. He wrote this letter that was placed in the general chat room. He specifically emphasized to the community why he is leaving and resigning from the administration. Especially so when the Constitution said the person must have a moral character. When the executive, the president, Mr. Harry, forced his signature, Mr. Moses, for this reason, I'm resigning. The community respected Mr. Moore for that. You are not quitting. You can't term it as quitting on the community or on an individual. So long as individual is in there, so long as individual is the head of that particular organization, anything that individual does, it affects everybody. Your character is attached to it because perception plays a big role. So I will come back to your question again. Why didn't you resign? You could have outlined things like Mr. Eddie Mode as to why you can't say that because I'm a decent person. I can't do this. I can't do this because in the government, when government fail, do you think the community get time to separate you all day good when they hear you speaking? You think they will separate you?
Well, the thing here is
you didn't speak out about it. You didn't say nothing about it. You even went after one of the community members for stealing your own money.
Look at you.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Look at you dropping something like that. Let's take on topic, okay?
We're on topic. I'm just saying. And then you say you can't. You're not quoting the community. You are there.
You see the thing about it, Bully. Everybody have different ways of voicing their opinions. Others are comfortable. Hey, you know what? There's my resignation letter. This is blah 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 blah. That's that way of doing it, and that's honorable for them. Others like me, others like me, we are there because it's not about quitting. It's not about it. It's about the community. At what point, for many of us, we use strategies. Some strategies, hey, just quit and leave it and be done, and see all the flowerful things in your letter. Blah, 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 blah. Hey, I respect that, and that's fine. But for those that wanted to do something, we do it in a different way. Like for right now, some of the ways that I'm doing right now, and letting you guys know. You've been bugging me for a long time to do the interview. now we're here. Because that's another way for me to tell the community. I want to see things through. I'm not a man of quitting. I don't like to quit on things.
Even if it's going by, even if it's something.
Not even if it's going. It was not about tarnishing that. But there is a thing like when I sat over there and I kneel down on my knees and say, "Hey, yes, I will do my best I can for the rest of the term." That also my hands are growing for the rest of the term.
So let me ask you.
So let me finish this. So the main thing is that we have a duty to the community as well to the executive. Now, did the executive function the way we should? No. So the thing, this is not just about Harry falling. We fail. I myself, I tell the community, I feel the community too. But failing the community is knowing, hey, can you stay the course? Yes, we stay the course. Did we messed up? Yes, we messed up. Did some other people leave because they feel like, yes, they did. But at the end of the day, whether you left in the beginning, the end, you still fail. Okay?
Let me just say, why you left in the beginning, you can't do the end. All of you fail.
We all fail. So, don't matter.
Okay. So, Mr. Cooper, thank you so much. Now, Before we are coming to the end of the discussion, and I will just ask this one last question, and I want you to take your time. And after that, you got a minute or two to do your closing, so we can get out of there. So, viewers, I hope you enjoy this discussion today. We are not going to be here long because my schedule is really like back to back today. I've been trying, like he rightfully said, to get the director of finance here on Bollietv, and I'm glad that he accepted. So we really do appreciate he's our guest. We still have to be respectful, but we have to still ask the hard question. And I think so far, anybody watching, he been truthful. He's not backing down for anything. He not. There was no question I asked here that he did either. He know nothing about it. He gave his view. He told us what he did there. Okay, because he can't speak for everybody. So, Mr. Cooper, describe a financial decision you regret. Say you come to go now. This one is where you now we. So I want you to describe to my viewer and to the community a financial decision that you regret and what it taught you about leading a community-based organization. Something that you regret. Why you were with the higher authority administrator, where he is only making the decision based on what you told you. Describe a financial decision that you regret and what it taught you about leading a community-based organization. Now, this question is very important because in the future, tomorrow, you can want come to say, I want to be president of York. So I'm leaving this question open so you can take your time without any interference, maybe 1 or 2 minutes to elaborate. Something you regret. I don't say blame anybody or what happened.
Bolly, that's a very, very intelligent question. And what I'm going to say is, for my role, what I played and my regret was, I gave a lot of opinions. But those was opinions that have the intention for change, but it didn't stick. Now, could I have done something better? Yes. But what? I did not know at that time. But that's one of the big things. Number one. Number two, I could have been a lot more stickler on other things. Hey, no, based on the financial reporting, this is how we need to do it, and not bend or fold on it. And I think that's one of the things, like I would say I regret on that as well. That we, there are some places that say, okay, well, send you the president, okay, fine, go ahead and do that. But there are some places I feel like had I been a little bit more of a stickler on it, I think I'd been a little bit different. But number one, and also too, based on I feel that I was too new to the organization and the community, so I was just stepping on toes. Don't want to upset anybody or something like that. So I think that, but now with the experience that I do know and the knowledge that I do have with the community, one thing still remains clear. The community will have a potential, we have a way of going forward, and we can do this. The only thing though I would say is we need someone competent. And what I mean by competent is someone that will really listen to the people. Because at the end of the day, you can quote the bylaw, the constitution. Who wrote the constitution? The people. Who wrote the bylaw? The people. So I'll say at the end of the day, the people say what they need to say, and we need to respect the people's voice. Because that's it. Everything boils down to that. Even in organization, everything boils down to the vision. When the people say, hey, we want this, hey, the people want it. And how do you respect the people's voices? You do a survey.
Like you did. And we were coming to that.
Yep.
What led you to do that survey?
Because for me, like, we were all chatting, we were going back and forth. Someone saying this, one other people saying that, and we have different opinions and so forth. So the idea just popped right into my mind and said, hey, well, since it feels like the board and and those that wanted, they were still going to do it anyway, and we did not have any concrete data that will represent the voice of the people. We didn't. Even though there are many people are saying no, all the reason, it was just black and white.
You're talking about the election, by the community.
The election, hey, pull up. And I myself too, I said, yeah, we got to put this election on hold. There's nothing about the candidate. It's not about the candidate at all. but it's about the issue that we are facing here, that it is being overlooked. And then we add another president, then we have whole 2 years ago to do the same thing. So I took the initiative on this one and say, you know what? We are going back and forth. Let's go ahead and do the survey. Let the people voice speaks in it. It's a data, is collectively, and it is fair, and all opinions spoke. And that's what I did. I went ahead and did that survey, and it was wonderful. People were going in, putting that stuff, and I made sure it was anonymous because I don't want to know who said what.
So then, how can somebody that are watching this particular Bollietv now say what's the authenticity of that thing? How can you determine only Liberian people that will participate in that survey? How can you determine? How can they authentic? How can they say, okay, I say authentic? Yeah, I know somebody pulled up something. Everybody just clicked on it. How can you tell that it was authentic?
That's a good question. In a survey, there's a spot where you can say you only vote for one time. You have one.
So, but how can you determine that person's a Liberian? Do they have an email address or what?
Well, I don't.
How did you do it? How was it set up? Because anybody can click on that thing, so many can send it to the men and they can click. I know people could vote because I myself participated in it.
Yeah,
which was good.
I'm glad you did. But the thing about it, the fact of the matter, only those that I send that link to, and especially we're in a group chat. So, and also too, there is a setting you can say only one person per vote. That's it.
Do you know? So when you say send a link, how do you send a link? To phone numbers, to emails? How do you send it?
I send it to, I think, to the phone numbers in the group chat. I believe so.
So you send it to the phone numbers in the group chat?
Yeah, to the phone number in the group chat. So those that only in the group chat can do that. If you are in a group chat, you have your phone number, you have your name, and so therefore that relates to you. Just like if you're doing a survey for the company, only those in the company that have the information can do that. And that's the same thing that I did. Only those in the community can do that. Now, if you in a community, you give it to some outsiders, that's on you.
All right, that is the voice of Mr. Samuel Cooper. Mr. Cooper, before I give you a 1 to 2 minute of closing, I just want to ask you and we'll need your honest opinion.
Yeah.
Your government that you're in, grade them from 1 to 10.
Please don't do this.
I mean, yeah, it's a fair question.
It is.
You be honest, true. Do not mess it up now.
No, I said
people are lying.
So that means I'm included too.
Of course, you're included. Okay. But like you rightfully said, you are included, but you won't put it on the people. You won't put it on the community.
No.
So yes, they're telling you don't know all the good opinion you're bringing.
Yeah. So okay. I would say, honestly speaking, me included, all of us.
Yes.
We feel big time.
It is cool.
From 1
to 10.
10 being the highest, 1 being the lowest. I was probably saying read about 4.5. That was it.
That was the point.
Yeah.
The own administration 4.5. All right, Mr. Cooper. I will give you 1 or 2 minutes so you can do your closing and talk to your people before we close this program. Yeah.
All right. My people, my Liberian people, I want to say thank you to Bollietv for doing this and putting it all together. And secondly, thank you, our people, for trusting the process of letting the voice of the people be heard. This is not a dictatorship community. This is a democracy. And in a democracy, every voice are heard. Don't matter. Your voices matters and therefore need to be heard. And I hope I play my small part in bringing that to light. And I will conclude also too with putting the best financial report together and posting in the group chat. So at least you can see what happened during 2024. However, though, my people, I just want to say thank you for giving me the opportunity to serve you. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to know you and to be with you. I hope we can learn from this that it is not really about the bylaw, the constitution, but it's about the people and what are we doing to come together. Then we can use the constitution to govern that. So in that sense, I want to say thank you, and I yield.
Thank you too, Mr. Cooper. It was great having you today. So my community, like I just brought Mr. Samuel Cooper here after a long time. The man waited till the now leave office. He said, okay, I want to interview with you now. But I want to say something here, my people. This particular message is going to Mr. George Women. George Women, I know where he is. The president of the Liberian Association. The man who sat in the community meeting. Heard the community. Voiced out the opinion about the boards of directors. Constitutional violations. Misconducts. Incompetency. Witch hunt. Mr. Women who also won on a white ballot that was presided over by Mr. Everything, the corrupt Bollietv that was about to have a fraudulent election to do another white ballot. And the community post tapping. I was kind of shocked for him to be writing all kinds of things. My neighbor people, that red flag right there. Or men who in know the voice of the community, but decided to take side with the board that were trying to marginalize people in the community. Only the constitutional right he's concerned about. He is not concerned about the other Liberian Association community, the higher making decision body, constitutional right. You all should watch it because he will do the same thing to you. Me, I'm telling you today. He will do the same thing. The reason why I kept silent, Mr. Women, during the Lima County Sunday, it was a lot of complaints on the Liberians laid to me about you, your behavior. But because my mother is from Lima, I decided not to talk about it small, but to watch you. But you know that a true color coming outside. This is just shot fire. You better lead the Lima community good and pay attention. You are opinion-making leader in this community. The people you serve who elected you, if you try to overlook and don't listen to them, but try to take side with corrupt individuals who are marginalizing them, violating constitutional rights, not giving some people due process, you and me will be for in your whole term as a Lima community president. And to my Lord picking Achike, the community cry was not about you. You have the right in this community to run as a president. Like I said in my last interview, Achi, I would rather participate in a legitimate process where when I win, I will feel as a man and say, yes, I won. Nobody will come in after you. People were concerned about the transparency. Actually, if you are even for in the shoe or any of the people who are trying to marginalize, our Bollietv here, we're going to be fighting for you to get transparency. Stop making things about you. It is not about you. It was about the transparency of election. We don't want people to be disenchanted in our community. But I want to tell the community, thank you for standing up. I really want to tell the community, thank you for standing up. Our election commission turned to Bobo last time in the meeting. Everything he says, I PP on the 5th. I PP on the 5th. Not even I plead the 5th, but he PP on the 5th. This has been a Bollietv production. And I would also like to also still say thank you to Mr. Samuel Cooper for coming here today. I will see you guys soon. And watch out for the episode coming real soon also so that you guys will enjoy for the community. God bless each and every one of you. And thanks for watching your #1 online TV station, Bollietv.